what is a good starting point in sharing the gospel with people of the Muslim faith?
So a good thing to do is just talk with people.
That's simple.
They're human. They want people to talk with them. They want friendships and relationships, just like everyone else. Like I said, about 90% of Muslims are unengaged by any American, let alone a Christian. My mom's been here in the United States for 35 years. Never once has she been invited into a Christian home. We remember one woman, her name was Robin. Back in the 80s, she invited us to her home. That was it. And my mom always appreciated her after that, and she wanted to go see her again, but she couldn't find her, what have you. But yeah, relationships.
Betsy's pretty darn persistent. After that conversation, she invited me to a church play anyway. And then years later, I got an email from her saying, Nabil, how are you doing? And I just told her, hey, I'm beginning to look into Islam and Christianity. I'm sure Islam is true, and I'm going to write up my case for you. I'll send it to you. And then a few years later, she emailed me again, and she said, Nabil, how's that case coming? And I sent her an email. I said, just pray for me. This was April. I became a believer in August. So in April, I said, pray for me. I'm going to maybe have to do things that will really hurt my family. And for the first time since high school, I met her at the same night when I spoke in D.C., because she lives in D.C. now. And she is a solid believer as ever. And what she does is she just asks people if they know Jesus. And she invites them to church. And so many of them end up Christian. I mean, how can you explain that, huh? So she's still going for it, and the Lord is using her mightily.
What I discovered was that the Trinity is the most beautiful doctrine that makes us who we are. Check this out. Okay, because God is a community of three persons. He's one being, but he's three persons. Three persons that selflessly love one another. The Father selflessly loves the Son and the Holy Spirit. Each of them selflessly love one another. Are you with me? That means, since God is eternal, since God has always existed, that means love, selfless love, has always existed. This world, this universe, has not always existed. But love has always existed because our God is a God who internally is selflessly loving. So that means love is more real than anything you've ever seen, anything you've ever touched.